After a few minutes, I find the door to the Regency Escort Service Hotel Suite. The door's locked, but there's a security panel on the wall beside it. Looks like it requires a password.
Right, I wrote this down. Welcome back. We're doing Tex Murphy Under a Killing Moon. My name is Drick, and last time we solved a fairly complicated cipher. We had only 7 letters translated on it, and kind of had to brute force the rest. We learned more or less the location of this escort service place, which I presume is going to be as saucy as a 1994 adventure game is allowed. Because I know this was around the time the ESRB was being formed. Anyway, we deciphered the cipher and discovered the password for today is Silicon.
So this is the Regency Escort Service Love Suite. Now that I'm in, I'll need to find something to prove that Sal's been a frequent customer.
So we're currently here on orders of trying to figure out where Sal has been and what he's been up to, and getting proof that he's kind of a scumbag. So I think it was Francesca, the owner of the pizza restaurant, can divorce him and take a chunk of his money that he keeps burning at this place. We had to sneak past Arlo as, let's see if we can find... Okay, no. We've used up almost all of the items in our inventory up to this point. We used the balloon to disguise our voice to match the Chief Burns, the fire safety inspector that's on TV. That is like the big rage with kids on TV. We had to find a fireman's uniform, which was... Yeah, it's not technically a mansion, it's the top floor of what used to be a very fancy hotel. But I think directly behind me it is... Let's see.
These doors lead out of the suite.
Okay, yeah, this is all just like the suite at the top of this particular hotel that's right around right down the street from Tex's office. It's fancy. Not all of it is rendered.
Ah, French doors with American knobs. Lavish, yet practical.
But I have a feeling things are about to get a bit saucy. I believe the mature filter is on as a result. Let's see. What's this?
A book about the history of the Golden Gate Hotel. Looks fascinating.
Yes, this is where we are, is the Golden Gate Hotel.
Nice cathedral.
Oh boy, there's gonna be something hidden behind the paintings.
Plastic plants, as always, add that special touch to a room.
So yes,
Girls looking for contact lens.
nothing behind that one. Hello! Not much. We are currently trying to solve what this particular woman's husband has been up to at this escort club, and get proof that he's been here and is frequently here, burning their money. So she can divorce him and take a chunk of his money, because he's kind of a scumbag, leaving her to run everything by herself, while he goes out and hangs with escorts all day.
I'd call this one Two Girls Bothered by Ants on a Picnic.
This is a point-and-click adventure. It is, to reiterate, it is done in a first-person...
titled Mishap on the High Seas.
It is a first-person shooter engine, but there's no actual shooting. Oh hey, a game of Twister.
A twisty board game. I used to play this as a kid. I wonder what the escort girls do with it.
Oh, Tex.
Looks like a piece of bright, shiny foil. Must be from a bottle of champagne.
Let's take a look at that. That sure is foil. Alright, we still have this list of potential bidders.
Nice. Boring, but nice. I'm starting to think this painting's following me around.
This is actually a reused asset, and I think they're just calling to that. What else is here?
A rose bush by a fence. Pretty exciting stuff. This painting is very yellow.
Aha!
A list of names. All female. Looks like Sal's a regular here at the Love Suite.
So this is the proof we need. Wendy Burns. I don't suppose he has any relation to Fire Chief Safety Inspector Burns. Sal's Conquests, okay.
A list of names.
I don't know how we're supposed to take a copy of this. Maybe foil?
Well, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. Alright, we still have this
Sort
thing.
of cute in a slash your throat, tear the meat off your bones kind of way.
We have a monster in a cage as one of our inventory items. Like Little Mutant wants to.
Ah, my own personal credit card. I'll need this to get into the electronics shop next door.
Right. I don't really need anything in the newspaper, as far as I'm aware. Okay. What's behind here?
This appears to be a very poor copy of Monet's Drowning Frogs.
I figured nothing. Yep.
Plastic plants, as always, add that special touch to a room.
I think we've knocked it oh no, we still got something to knock off the walls.
Man now wishing he hadn't gotten drunk and challenged the other guy to a duel for insulting Rosie, the toothless wench with the heart of gold.
Classy. It looks like we found proof. I don't know what we need to do from this point. What's in here? I had a feeling it was jacuzzi or something. Can't be bras. What's that?
Oh, sick! A yucky band-aid!
A used bandage. Yeah, it's a lot of beer cans.
Beer cans! Oh, they're empty. Looks like someone left their shorts in the hot tub. I think I'll leave them right where they are.
So, yeah, we're just currently looking for evidence. We have some, but...
Oh, yuck. The towel smells like mildew and fine hops.
What's down here?
Looks like a couple of objects have fallen into the drain. With that screwdriver, I could undo the screws on this drain cover and get that roll of film.
Screwdriver. Didn't we have one of those earlier?
Oh, there's nothing like a fluffy, downy-scented towel. You try scrubbing it out, you try soaking it out, but Sal still got that ring around the collar.
Yep. There's a screwdriver down there. Seems like a catch-22.
Looks like a couple of objects have fallen into the drain.
Don't know if that's a red herring. What's that?
Someone's dropped a cork into this mounted base. The opening's too narrow to get my hand in. I'd break it, but it looks like it's made out of ceranite, that new unbreakable plastic. The cork looks like a typical champagne cork with some
there's
wire
Ozzy
mesh
Birkin.
on it. Wire mesh.
Wire mesh, huh? Sounds like we might be able to fish it out with a magnet or something. If it's got wire mesh. I'll say I'm gonna throw this at it.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'll take my little monster now.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Gonna do anything? Yeah.
Well, I guess one of the escort girls left her bikini top. That hot tub actually looks like it might be fun. Maybe too much fun. This vase looks like it was mounted here to hold flowers or something. These must be the famous hanging gardens of Golden Gate, Babylon.
Judy yelling at the dog. Pardon if the mic is picking that up. Here's a room with a piano. What's in here? Not a very big room. A little hard to stop my motion.
A piece of sheet music. Let's see. Lucido L'Amour. Must be Western music. A Larson grand piano. Wow. That's even better than a Stopway.
I don't know. I don't get that joke.
Good evening, ladies and charms. I'm your entertainer tonight, Mr. Franco Spinoza. I'm going to be playing some songs that I know you'll love. Listen to this one. Hard and cold, it's what it does to me. Hot and cold, the shower sprays on me. La la, hey, la la la, to hell with it.
Well, that was a cutscene.
Plastic plants, as always, add that special touch to a room. A matching Larson grand piano bench.
Let me open this.
A Larson.
I think that's just gonna have me play it again.
Large Tudor-style windows. Got a nice view of the city. Nice chandelier. The escort service spared no expense.
Doesn't look like there's anything immediately important in here, but usually if an adventure
This looks
game...
like a switch of some kind. Probably has something to do with the lights.
Thanks, Tex. Usually if a room is included, there's gotta be something important in
Oh, a
there.
Passion's Breath room deodorizer.
Like, aha, a magnet. Now we could probably get that cork out of the hot tub room. If I were to take a guess. Actually, let's take a look at
It
it.
smells terrible, but it's got a magnet on it. Magnets can be handy. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's
I
not.
thought I had that. Maybe the drain with the the screwdriver. Can I use this?
Well, that's not gonna work.
Figured it wouldn't be strong enough, but worth a shot. Oh boy. Alright, so... I think this is the only direction we haven't been.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Okay, I didn't think so. I think this entire suite is typically rented out to sell, if I'm understanding correctly. I thought this whole thing was the escort service.
Champagne glasses end up in the weirdest places.
It looks like this is just the where the escort service does its business, rather than where they have all of the escorts.
Hopefully this isn't Sal's negligee. The color's all wrong for him. I don't think I ought to open that credenza. It might be full of Sal's underwear.
And that's a pretty good excuse for why you don't want the player to interact with something.
Frilly panties. I hope they aren't Sal's. The nightstands balance the bed nicely. I love symmetry. The nightstands...
Yeah, that one seems to be empty. How about the other one?
The nightstands Oh, it's last month's Playbub magazine. Looks like it's stuck inside the drawer.
Oh, shush, Ozzy. Pardon?
The bed looks deluxe. Firm, but not too firm.
Not much for firm mattresses myself.
That's a nice chair. Lamp adds a nice touch.
Yep. Aha, there's a thing there.
Looks like the upper left drawer is locked. I'll bet I could open it if I had something to pick the lock. Looks like the upper left drawer is locked. I love finding unlocked drawers.
What have we got here? Looks like coins.
12 cents. Some people would take this change, but not me. Cash maybe, but not change.
Yeah, my dad was the same way.
I love...
Come on. Nothing in there.
I love... A Gideon's Bible. It figures. Everything points to Sal being an aspiring televangelist. Camera. Too bad there's no film in it. There's no dust on it, though. Must have been used recently.
I think this is our hint that there is film somewhere here. And we have already found the film, we just can't get it at the moment.
My Uncle Stan used to wear a tie with that same pattern on it.
That would be a nice pattern for a tie, actually.
You know, suddenly, I'm hungry for a fruit cup.
Nothing behind those paintings.
This is a piece by that famous dead artist Van Popper entitled Corpse in a Field.
I am fairly certain he is BSing most of these painting titles.
Which one's cheating? Look closely.
Nothing behind those. How about this one?
Looks like a nice vacation spot.
Oh, there's clearly something there. Oh no, it's just, That doesn't yield anything. I can buy this with anything. Okay, so I figured. Yeah, it just looks like it's just filth behind there.
Nice chandelier. The escort service spared no expense.
I need something to pick the lock. Anything under the bed? Not that I can see. Can't take the magazine. Can't move the chair. Or the bed.
I'll bet this love seat's lived up to its name.
Can't move the cushions. Can't do anything with this. God, love that MIDI music. Dumb idea. Do I need to flood this vent to get things to float to the top?
Well, that's not gonna work. Even chlorinated water looks better in a champagne glass.
Oh. The cork. Right. Corks float. I like how the glass changed entirely in shape and design and size. Cutscene's going a little long, isn't it?
As I fill up the mounted vase, the champagne cork floats to the top. I'm just gonna reach in and pick it up. I can just get this piece of wire. There we go.
No. I'm gonna guess they want me to use the wire to pick the lock in the other room. I'm running back and forth, I think. I'm guessing wire to pick the lock.
Looks like the upper left.
Yep. Cool. What is this?
It's a shoelace. I hope it hasn't been used inappropriately.
I'm figuring the shoelace to
It smells terrible, but it's got a magnet on it.
tie around the
Magnet's
magnet
handy.
to fish out the screwdriver, if I were to take a guess. Despite the fact that we've seen how big this is relative to the drain, and there's no way this could actually fit in the drain. But all the same, yep, that's what it wants us to do. need to go back into the jacuzzi room. Damn it. Wasted by a door. Okay, so, like, we know the magnet is, like, as far as scale goes, it's like about the width of the top of this vase as it's rendered. And it's telling us that we can, I'm assuming it wants us to put in that grate, which there's no way it's fitting between those bars. And yes, burbling intensifies. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like it one bit. But it's an adventure game, so... Use this on the grate. Oops.
Looks like a roll of film down there. I believe it's a roll of nutty pictures.
Alright. Got that. Now, do we just take the roll of No. I would imagine I could just hand the roll of photos over, but I'm curious if they want us to use it on the camera here.
I love... Well, that's not gonna work.
Okay.
I love...
I guess one last quick sweep to make sure we didn't miss any important items, because adventure games were mean in that regard. And while the series so far has been pretty good about highlighting, hey, you might want to make sure you've got something that vaguely matches this description before continuing. Never know.
Yep.
Okay, it's the same cutscene. Yeah, that
Large
delicious,
Tudor style.
delicious post-apocalyptic skyline. I'm pretty sure there's nothing we can do with
A
this.
twisty board game. I used to play this as a kid. I wonder what the escort girls do with it.
I'm pretty sure they play more or less by the rules until they get too twisted up. Come on, Tex. And it just instantly dumps us out on the streets. Cool. Alright. Take a moment and make a new save. Oh jeez. I'm pretty sure we just need to go to Pizza Parlor. Yep. Just pop our head in.
Well, gorgeous, you're back. Did you get the evidence I need?
Yeah, it looks like we got it.
I think I might. Let me look inside my overcoat.
That's not evidence.
Okay.
You can't be serious.
Okay, I do need to get this developed first, it looks like. Well, that's a pain.
Talk to me, handsome.
Right. Rusty's. It used to be a photo development place. This stupid place. Well, we're here. Yeah.
Posters in here tell you more than you'd ever care to know. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna.
Oh, jeez.
Posters in here tell you more than. Oh, lordy. Well, this is where Rusty ended up. What a way to go. And I'm willing to bet he didn't crawl in here on his own.
Ah, yes, we do need to double check on the dead clown again. Look at that dead clown. Still floating around in acid.
Oh, lordy. Well, this is. Posters in. Well, that's not.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
The sink must have been used for developing photos. Not much use. Well, that's not.
Okay, I think it wants us to find darkroom stuff. Great. First guess is gonna be the pawn shop or the electronics shop. And granted, we don't have a whole lot to work with, so it's gotta be one of those.
What now, Murphy? I don't know anything about that. I don't know. Ching is a big man around here, with eyes and ears everywhere. If you go around asking questions about Eddie Ching, you'll find yourself sleeping with the fish real soon.
Let's see if he's got any photo developing equipment. We need to use our credit card to enter because that seems legit.
Oh, it's the Photomatic Plus Film Developing Kit. How convenient.
Yeah. So far, like, the last 3 major items to progress the game, or the last 2 major items to progress the game have been in this case. So, need to use this on here. Turn off the force field. Film developing kit. I guess we could just do it here. Cool.
These pictures are sick. Francesca will be so happy.
Aussie. I don't think we have anything to discuss. Don't know why the music wasn't playing in there. Okay, I think we are ready to move on.
Okay, Tex, so what have you got for me? Oh, excellent! This will do the job nicely. I'll answer all your questions now. Sorry. Ask me about something else.
Alright, I was supposed to ask about Monkey. Sure, ask me anything. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you visit most of these places a lot. I think there's been a few areas where we can if we know what to get there, we only have to visit there once. But if you don't know that there are certain items there, you might need to revisit old areas so far.
I was up late having some espresso, then I saw you get jumped. The guy who hit you was real small, maybe a 5'6", 130 pounds. I didn't see his face. He took your package you were carrying, then ran off. It looked like a professional hit, but he wasn't trying to kill you. Believe me, if he wanted to, he could have. After the first guy took off, I saw another guy come running down from your office. He bent over you and went through your coat. Then he ran off too. I recognized the second guy. He was a mutant named Pug. In fact, I remember seeing him hanging around your office for the past few days. Anyway, I went over to make sure you were okay. Sal showed up a few minutes later and I made him carry you up to your office. That's all I know.
Who the hell is Pug?
Pug is ugly as sin and smells like he sleeps in a latrine. On and off for the past week or so, I've seen him keeping an eye on your office.
I don't remember what he took from my inventory, if anything. Yeah, she usually knows about everybody.
How can I help you, Tex?
Tell me. Oh, Pug.
Wish I could help you there, Tex.
That's bad. You know about everybody. Now, peeking ahead just a touch in the series, I think the only real recurring character from this game is our friend here. Who I'm a terrible friend because I forgot his name.
Too bad you don't like fresh brains, mate. Hot off the grill.
He drops a lot of weight in the later games. Like, he's kind of heavy set here, but in the later games he's actually pretty svelte.
Sorry, mate. Can't help you there.
Shucks.
He's some billionaire. I think he runs some kind of operation on Mars or the moon.
I think, was Lowell Percival I don't think was from the last game. I don't think. Was he? It's been a while. I've got a terrible memory. Let's see. Who might know about Pug? Maybe Beak? Beaks?
Hiya, matey! Well, Pug and I used to hang out sometimes, but I haven't seen him for a while. I heard he's gotten a job of some kind. He doesn't work very often and he usually sleeps in a box down by the Snow White warehouse.
I see.
Following
So-
Beak's instructions, I hang around the warehouse. Not long after, a gust of wind carries a horrible stench into my nasal passages. I turn and see a shadowy figure waddle into the alley.
The way you look at me, it makes me nervous.
Oh. I guess this is Pug? Interesting theme that's playing. I guess let's be ominously pleasant.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Pug. I'm here for a friendly chat.
You mean you're not there to hurt me?
What's the name of that comedian? He was lampooned all the time in Looney Tunes. Usually had kind of a ghoulish appearance. Violent but reasonable.
Well, now that you mention it, I guess I am.
I must be going now.
I don't think I was a I'm
Listen, I brought my gun. I don't fire as many warning shots as I used to.
This talk of guns has frightened me. I think I've soiled myself.
Metaphorical threat?
You know, I don't care what you think, because right this second you've got one foot in the grave and the other's on a big fat banana peel.
Yes, and what right do I have to think? You despise me, don't you? Please don't kill me.
Semi-lenient offer. I guess. I'm not sure how to respond to this guy.
Give me my wallet and I promise I won't hurt you. At least not very much.
Why are you treating me like I'm some kind of criminal?
Gentlemanly humor?
Because I can't justify treating you like a lady.
You're a cynical person, if you'll forgive my saying so.
Why do I feel like there's supposed to be a specific set of dialogue here that you're supposed to go down? And that was not a real... That wasn't very classy text, but it was the 90s.
Yep, that's me. Cynical PI with a loaded gun and no wallet.
Here's your wallet. You will see I have spent very little of your money. Tell me, how did you find me?
Just the facts.
Well, you're pretty sneaky, but someone saw you rob me. They also said you were tailing me.
I was hired to follow you. I provide people with information through ways of my own.
Curious about the
Oh,
details?
and stealing my wallet was in the job description.
No, I'm just looking for ways to make extra money. I was hired by an old PI who called himself the Colonel. He paid me to follow you and report back on everyone I saw you talk to. He also wanted me to tell him if I saw you with a little statue of a bird. He told me very little else, though he said that he had to find out if you could be trusted. There, I have told you everything I know. Now let me go, and I shall not bother you again.
The Colonel came up again. I guess it wants us to just go straight to Colonel's office. I mean, I can't think of any reason why we'd go to any of these other locations at the moment. Well, onward and upward, I guess. I don't think we missed any items.
The Colonel was my mentor in the detective biz. When I was a young, idealistic crime fighter, I didn't understand some of the Colonel's unethical PI methods. I reported the Colonel to the PI licensing board and his license was temporarily revoked. In the years since, I've come to understand and even occasionally use the Colonel's questionable methods, but we've never made up. I haven't seen the Colonel's office since we fell out 15 years ago. From the look of the exterior, the Colonel's kept it up nicely. I knock on the door and it swings open. The place is trashed.
Oh no. He's taking a
I
nap.
guess I'm gonna have to put off that trip to the Caribbean. Maybe permanently.
My God, what happened? Who did this to you?
The chameleon. He's some kind of shapeshifter. I swear he's the devil himself.
What did he want? Why did he attack you?
Oh, he thought I had it. When he found out I didn't, he tried to torture me into telling him where it was. Yeah, he got impatient, stuck a knife in my chest. I must have passed out. I didn't get enough sleep last night.
I like how this guy just casually talks with a knife in his chest.
What was he looking for?
The winter chip. The cult wants it. They're planning a doomsday party. They're afraid whoever's got the chip might stop them. You're gonna have to find it and get it to Capricorn. Yeah, they know what to do with it.
I don't know what the hell any of this is.
but I don't know where to look. You gotta give me some help.
There's no time. There's a disc by the bookcase. It's got information on that winter chip. Don't fail me, Tex. I hope to God you've learned something after all these years.
I fly the colonel to the hospital and the attendants rush him into surgery, but won't tell me what his chances are. I know I should go and search the colonel's office for the disc he referred to, but I'm having a hard time keeping my eyelids popped open. I decide to go back to my office for a couple of hours of shut-eye. As I open the door, I catch a whiff of expensive perfume, then feel my jaw slam into a brick wall. When my vision clears, I'm seated across from a beautiful Oriental woman with matching goons on either side of me.
Good evening, Mr. Murphy. Please, have a seat.
I mean, Oriental is how you describe a regular vase, not a person. Anyway.
Gee, thanks. My dogs are really tired.
Yes, you've been very busy, haven't you? Let me introduce myself. My name is Eddie Ching.
Oh. I just robbed you. You're probably pissed.
Well, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss Ching.
That's not totally true, is it? You've had the pleasure of visiting my apartment. I have learned that you were hired to steal a statuette from my apartment. I admire the skill you display in doing so, but I must now ask you to return the bird to me.
I think C is probably the most Tex Murphy answer, but let's see what happens if we say tough guy.
Life is hard, Ching. I was hired to return the statuette to its rightful owner. Unfortunately, someone stole it from me before I could return it to her.
It's gone? You imbecile! Have you no idea what you've done? You were set up. The person who hired you belongs to a group so powerful, they may hold the fate of the world in their hands. The statuette is worthless, except to this cult. And I went to great lengths to keep it from them. And all it took was one idiotic PI to give these fanatics the talisman they need to loose the demons of hell upon the earth.
Cool. Must be tender-hearted, I guess.
Okay, I made a mistake. You won't help things by calling me names.
Ow.
You obviously don't understand what I'm saying. With the statuette, the cult will fulfill its prophecies, unleashing an unimaginable flood of destruction. The prophecy is supposed to be fulfilled in 6 days. If the statuette is not recovered before then, nothing will matter. We'll all be dead.
Yeah.
You seem to know a lot about this cult and were able to get the statuette in the first place. Why don't you send some of your goons out and clear up the problem?
The cult knows about me. They tried several times to steal the statuette once they learned I had it. They will not allow me or my operatives to obstruct their plans. You, however, they do not consider to be a threat. The cult is behind the crusade for genetic purity. I don't know any more than what I've told you, except for the identity of the man who set you up. He is known as the Chameleon. If you can find him, you will be within reach of the statuette. You should realize that your blunder makes you responsible for 10 billion lives. Hope for your own sake that you can succeed where more powerful people cannot. Let this be a reminder to you not to repeat your mistakes. If you fail, I will see you in hell.
Three Stooges gag.
So, did he have the chip or not?
I never found out. My usual methods of persuasion weren't working, so I had to get a little more forceful. Next thing I know, his lights go out. I think I killed him.
Dead men don't help us. We've got to find out about that chip. If the Colonel didn't have the chip, then he probably sent it to Murphy. Stick around and keep tabs on him until the last second. But don't kill him. If the chip doesn't show up, make sure Murphy doesn't blunder into our path. If you find the chip, destroy it. Then you can do what you want with Murphy.
Oh. Well, that's the end of that day. Now we're on day 4. A code, a toad, and a cigarette toad. I think all of these have been rhyming titles.
Maybe I need a career change. 2 days in a row waking up in a semi-conscious stupor is enough for anybody. My nose is so sore my eyes water when I inhale and all my front teeth shift slightly when I exhale. On top of all this, I found out that the world population could be annihilated because of me. That's just too much guilt to heap on a guy at this hour of the morning. Looks like I'm on my own. I'll need to find that disc the Colonel referred to. And what about that Countess? Was she on the level or was she just feeding me a line?
Alright, we're on day 4. And yeah, this is a very... Yep, we got 2 days left. I know there's supposed to be 6 days. And not much... Don't know a whole lot else. Let's go ahead and save. Day 4 start. Alrighty. What are we gonna use this for, I wonder?
This one really isn't art, it's a placemat from Taco Bob's. This piece of art is called Two Whales on a Bender.
Do we have any mail? Oh god. Doesn't look like we've got mail. Never had a fax.
My shiny but cheaply made fax machine sits, ready for action.
Okay, where to start? I need to go back to that office. Actually, we could probably just use the travel button. Little faded cutscene in the corner.
When I get to the Colonel's office, the police are just leaving. They tell me they've combed the place and come up empty. I'm not surprised. As I step inside, I try to remember what the Colonel told me. Something about a winter chip and an emergency disc hidden somewhere in the display case. Maybe the info on the disc will tell me something about this chameleon.
What was I gonna say?
Colonel always did have the nicest desk in the business.
What is that droning?
I'm sure the chameleon went through this stuff and picked up anything important.
Well, that's tasteful.
Boy, the chameleon sure was in a destructive mood. Oh, nice bow. Boy, the chameleon sure was in a destructive mood.
Is this a water cooler?
A deluxe hydro dispenser. And I thought my water cooler was nice. Rosebud. Boy, the chameleon sure was in a Well, apparently the chameleon has no appreciation for cheap ceramic art. My ex-wife would probably correct me, but I'd say this pot is pink. This spittoon is the only reminder of the days when the Colonel used to keep a pinch between his cheek and gum. I wonder if this is a Grecian urn. Well, it looks like the chameleon didn't have time to smash all the vases. Well, it looks like the chameleon... This must be the disc the Colonel mentioned. Maybe I can run it on his computer.
It seems like a terrible idea, Murph. You should run it on your own computer.
A few cheap vases, some paperbacks, a couple of ornaments. Can't believe the Colonel actually collects this worthless junk. Chairs are a little too nice for my taste. Oh, the Colonel keeps this picture hung up so people will assume that he was in the Air Force. Actually, he was in the Coast Guard's elite volleyball unit.
I wonder if that's a reference to Top Gun.
Oh. It's like a wall safe to me. Maybe that emergency disc the Colonel told me about will help get the safe open.
That's a pretty good signposting.
Well, apparently the... Oh, villains. Not only did they leave the Colonel for dead, but they spilled garbage everywhere. Well, the Colonel certainly does like his calendar spicy. Standard office supply stacking trays.
I was gonna say, I couldn't tell, is that the computer or is those stacking trays?
Nice computer. Looks like it's all hooked up.
Let's rifle through his drawers a bit.
These desk drawers were probably searched by the chameleon.
Oh, maybe he missed something.
These desk drawers were probably... Looks like these drawers have been...
Aha!
My PI instincts and keen sense of smell tell me that this envelope was sent by a woman of some kind.
Let's go ahead and nab that. Oh, what's this? Aha! Toad. One of the last names from... or one of the names from the, chapter start title drop. Let's see. Yep.
These desk drawers were probably...
What's this?
Some sort of greeting card.
Let's see. Sorry I haven't come by lately. Work has been hell, trying to wrap things up before we head out to the tropics. I'll make it up to you when we get there. Thanks and kisses, the Colonel.
Nothing else left in here.
Yep. Yep. What's over here?
That picture frame's lying face down. Oh, nice looking dame. This must be the Colonel's squeeze. If I could track her down, maybe she could give me some more information.
I'm assuming that's, Toad.
The Colonel's file cabinet. There must be some info in here.
Him.
The mail slot looks well worn. The mail slot looks...
Okay, nothing. else to say about that. What a basic file cabinet.
Locked.
I'm gonna assume that we need to put the disk in the computer to get the code for the safe, and in the safe is probably the key for that file cabinet. If I were to take a wild guess, cause...
I gotta ask myself once more, does everybody in this town own a credenza?
Aside from storage, and I guess surface space, I don't know. Cadenzas just... they seem like they're a little hard to coordinate with the rest of the furniture. And I haven't really seen them in a lot of modern use.
Nothing's coming up. I'll need to load up a disk before I get any information off this computer.
That's not a very perfect circle in the middle, but okay. Let's try it. Ah, yes, in the year 2035, they're still using DOS. In case anything happens to me, I've made up this disk to give you enough information to carry on in my place. Despite our past problems, I don't know anyone else who could replace me. Since you're reading this, I suppose something has gone wrong. So now it's up to you. First of all, you've probably never heard of Capricorn. All you need to know is it's a secret organization that infiltrates groups which pose a threat to society, then unravels them from the inside out. Dozens of cults, terrorist groups, and political cabals have been broken up before the public ever knew there was a threat. However, how I came to be involved with Capricorn is unimportant. Suffice to say that we've done each other some favors. I've been helping them infiltrate a corporation called Genetic Research Systems. Won't waste time on details, but I was hired by someone to investigate a disappearance, and the investigation led me to GRS. Learned that there were secret experiments being done there, and that the top people were members of a cult. I relayed this information to Capricorn and learned that one of their agents was already there undercover. You know about the Crusade for Genetic Purity, and maybe about their religious retreat, the Moonchild. To all appearances, it's a gigantic orbiting biosphere capable of holding hundreds of thousands of occupants. If, however, the Moonchild is armed with nuclear weapons, it could literally hold the world hostage from its vantage point. Capricorn wants the Moonchild destroyed. The cult at GRS is linked to the Crusade. The undercover agent learned that she would be going to Moonchild, so Capricorn devised a computer virus and encoded it on what's known as a Winter chip. I made the delivery of the Winter chip from Capricorn to the agent at GRS. Less than 3 days after I delivered the chip, 24 undercover Capricorn agents had been discovered and murdered, and Capricorn headquarters had been destroyed. Undoubtedly, the faceless forces behind the Crusade for Genetic Purity are responsible for effectively ending Capricorn's existence. GRS is no longer in operation, and the undercover agent Eva Shanzi has disappeared. Eva Shanzi. What I was doing and what you must do now is find what happened to Eva and help her complete her mission. He has been discovered. You must find the Winter chip and somehow get it to Moonchild's computer system. There's additional information in my safe, which may put you on the trail. Okay, I don't think I saw her name in here then. What is with that droning?
The view outside these windows is breathtaking.
Is that the safe making that noise? Oh boy. They did say it's probably on the disk somehow. Yep. Licensed to Alberto Smith. So it looks like they were the same version of these programs that Tex has on his computer. He probably got pirated from his boss here, who also uses pirated software. That's kind of amusing. Let's see. Hundreds and thousands doesn't seem like a realistic number. We got 2 dozen. That's 2 and 12? Maybe in here. No. I feel like we are missing...
Boy, the chameleon.
I think we are missing some information. Not seeing anything on the calendar. Didn't see enough information to go off of on the computer.
Oh, nice look. Colonel's got good taste in lamps. Well, apparently the... Sailing is one of the Colonel's 2 obsessions. The other one can't be mentioned in polite society.
Yeah, there are a lot of acronyms. And they really haven't explained what the acronym Capricorn is short for. So...
Standard. This must be one of those Flintstone spare rib desks.
Yeah.
The Colonel's This must be the safe the Colonel referred to on the emergency disc. This is a top-of-the-line security safe, and I'll need a combination to open this.
Okay, we do need a combination. I mean, that was pretty obvious. As far as I can tell, we don't have enough information to really know quite what the combo is. I was trying to get any kind of hint from like this envelope, which 6, 9, and 35 maybe? I mean, that seems a little high, because that's going to be hard to do when there's no written numbers on the dials or anything. Oh, so it does look like it's, they just turn one way. Okay. number data in there that I could discern. 6935. Let's try that, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Yeah, okay. I might just take a peep at a guide. Because I don't feel like there's quite enough information to extrapolate. Oh jeez. Not quite enough information to get a 3-digit code from that I can tell. Doesn't have ridiculous numbers or only 2 numbers in it. I mean, I could probably try cutting off, like, cutting off one of the numbers, like, so it's just 693. And that's always worth a shot. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Any tiny details in here that I missed? No. Doesn't look like the blinds are really giveaway either. The calendar's not marked in any way. Well, that doesn't really help. That's just a picture. A scantily clad woman with a bow. Can't make out any really much detail on this photo here.
Chairs are a little too nice for my taste. He's destroyed. He's destroyed.
No.
I'm sure the chameleon went through this.
Yeah, I don't think the scraps tell me anything either. Might just not have the info just yet. Might need to speak with Melan Toad. Now, another place did open up when we got this, when we went to come here. got nothing, so I'm just typing in nonsense for the save file. There's Mel and Toad's apartment, but we also have the Countess's mansion down here. What can we get from here?
Okay, there's something wrong with this picture. When I was here before, the place looked like a palace. Now it looks like the aftermath of an IRS auction. Somebody wanted me to believe the person I talked to was a real countess. Now I can see I've been played for a sucker. But who set me up and why?
Is that a bird?
There's a bald eagle perched on the chandelier. Man. Now that the animal rights lobby is huge, bald eagles are everywhere. They're worse than pigeons. Front door was open when I got here. The eagle must have flown in. Looks like it's got a bright cigarette case in its claws. I've heard that eagles are attracted to shiny objects.
We do have a shiny object in the form of this gold foil, I guess. It seems like a bit of a signpost if I ever saw one. This little 2D cartoon eagle looks like a stock, maybe a stock image. Wow, that looked like some edutainment kind of animation there, including with the foil it picked up. Where did it? This would have dropped?
Looks like an expensive cigarette case.
What a tiny model.
There's only one cigarette left in the case. Maybe I'll keep it around for a smoking emergency.
Looks like a metallic end.
Whoever that was that met me here the other night may have set me up, but I'll bet you didn't get her cleaning deposit back. Whoever that was that met me here the other night... This table must have come with the room.
Actually.
Whoever that...
Okay. That's part of the mess. What's in this trash can?
It looks like a pile of torn up paper scraps.
Oh boy, is it time for another... Yeah, I think it's time for another reassemble the notes. Oh boy. At least get them all upright first. Killing delighted of. This looks like it's part of the bottom. We didn't put upright him. We're upright here. It looks like I found something that matches, but let's get these other pieces out of the way first. Puzzle. Looks like we don't have edges to really work with. But we do have gradients. Let's try and figure this one out. This might take a little bit. Oops. Well, this seems like it might be a little slow, but I love these kinds of puzzles. I don't know if that quite goes there. Now, it looks like this is the edge, judging by the hyphen. Yeah, this is the second puzzle like this that's shown up. You have to actually reassemble a note you find in the trash. What the hell fits here? It sort of fits there, but the spacing seems odd. Question of... We might not have enough scraps. Yep. Let's get back to that. Take another sweep around the road. Oh, jeez. Oh, Nelly.
Only the most callous criminal would be so careless with plant life.
And what did moving it accomplish? Anything?
Only the... Searching through that fireplace could be a real pain in the ash.
Hold on, what's that blue line up there?
Hey, neat. I saw a watch just like this one in my spy supply catalog. Really nice spy watches have things like built-in parachutes. Maybe there's more to this watch than meets the eye. What's this? It's a secret compartment.
Huh. Maybe that is all the scraps we're getting. I guess we'll get back to putting that together. Maybe this way is what goes here. Yeah, I guess that would. Yeah, that makes sense, sorta. Right, this is roughly the edge, the right side of the note. Let's scooch this over a bit. Aha! I hope everybody's been having a good week so far. Looks like there's a tiny little bit of the H on this one that lines up. Oh, that doesn't. Actually, that looks like that lines up. Days long ago when we had to do these kinds of puzzles all the time. I should probably put on some puzzle solving music. Let's see what we've got. Let's just put something very quietly on as we solve this puzzle. Just to break up the silence. Ah, there we go. I guess this goes here. As he's getting upset. Hello! We are currently trying to put this particular thing back together. Figure out what the secret message is. Dog is going a little nuts. This would go here. Yeah. Looks like this down here. I think we've got this puzzle in the bag. Yeah, it looks like we've got it put together. Murphy's able to the final piece of our puzzle. Probably doesn't. We repaid him by not killing it. Realize we repaid him by not killing it immediately. He gets too noisy. Don't be afraid to deal with him. Meantime, go to the Bastion of Sanctity and... Alright. I think we got the scraps all put together. But we're still missing, it looks like, most of the message. Yeah, enough of the message that we can't really extrapolate a whole lot of information from it. I don't see anything else in here that we can really interact with. Let's skedaddle, I guess. I only have melon toads. Oh boy, that's a saucy thumbnail. let's check this basement.
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm a friend of a friend.
Look, if you're looking for a date, I don't do that anymore. I have a boyfriend, and I'm expecting him any minute.
Where was he?
Look, sister, I'm an old friend of the Colonel's. I came by with some bad news and a big shoulder for you to cry on. Someone tried to murder the Colonel. I don't know if he's gonna make it. He may be dead now for all I know.
The Colonel? Dead? I can't believe it! I guess we won't be going to Bermuda next week.
Oh boy.
I know this must be quite a shock, but I'm trying to find out who wanted him dead, and I could really use your help.
Hold on a second. How do I know that you didn't, kill the Colonel?
Well, he's not dead yet. I have something for you from the Colonel.
Okay, let's see it.
I'm assuming the greeting card. Yeah, I'm gonna try and offer this.
There wasn't any money in it? Okay, I guess I can answer a few questions.
Oh man, she is not a good person. Let's ask about the Colonel.
Well, he was nice to me, so I was nice to him. I mean, it was fun. I feel kind of bad now, though, because he gave me this package that I wasn't supposed to open unless something happened to him, but I opened it anyway. And I was so disappointed because there was nothing in it except for this stupid key. No money, no jewels, no nothing.
I would like the key, please.
Sure, I guess you can take it. I don't even know where I'd use it.
Thank you. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm just a lonely girl looking for a new friend to play with. You might be fun, but you don't look like you have very much money.
Charming. Let's take a peep at this key. Okay. I don't think there's much else we can do here, but let's see what this key opens. I'm pretty sure it's the file cabinet. Pardon, I just kind of skipped that. There's a really horrific droning. I feel like it doesn't seem... It seems really out of place here. Unless that's supposed to be like the water cooler?
Locked.
I'm gonna throw a key at it. Yeah, great. Let's sidle up to this.
This manila folder looks worth taking.
That single manila folder that takes up the entire drawer.
These documents are all in code. Hopefully the Colonel's got some sort of decoding manual around here.
Oh. Looks like his mail came. Well then. Corpse that sat on water. Who killed something? Hen at a time nympho. Something sacrificed at a lesbian orgy. I assume a baby? From what it looks like she's holding over her head? Huh. Dallas stalking vendetta killer. What was that? Oh. Did the sleuth uncover... his own murderer. Okay. It's really hard to read.
Wow, detective files, detective dragnet, unofficial detective? I've never figured out the Colonel's tendency toward tawdry smut.
Oh.
A small return receipt from UPEX. Apparently the Colonel sent something recently.
Weird, this seems like something that should have been here when we were last here. Oh. Well, I guess we're taking it over to... That seems like the wrong texture for being out right outside his door. Yeah. But it did have Melon Toad's address on it, so I guess we're taking it to her.
Back again? You know, I've been thinking, I think we could, like, be friends. You know, I think you should stick around and talk to me for a while, because, I don't want to be lonely.
I mean, so far, Tex has been pretty cynical. I guess we're going to...
Nice try, sister. I'd fall for your lines if I hadn't been around the block before. In a couple of days, you'd have my heart and probably several other vital organs sitting on your mantle like trophies.
I feel like you know me somehow. Ask me anything you want.
Yeah, she's bad, people. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I got another dumb letter from the Colonel. I mean, there were some, like, numbers and stuff written on a piece of paper inside. You can have it. I can't even understand what it is.
571. Okay, that's, I think, 3 digits for the safe? Yeah. Later, nerd. Off to the Colonel's. I suppose the cutscene does skip. Didn't skip a whole lot of it, looks like. Such ominous droning. It's 571, I think? Yep. What's this?
This codebook looks like it'd come in handy if I could find some coded documents. Now, this could be helpful in decoding the Colonel's file.
It doesn't... I'm kind of curious what kind of places you can get, or what kind of places you would go to get, like, an embossed book with a code book printed right on it, just for personal use. That seems like the most far-flung thing here, I guess. I mean, it's not the Nazi cult. Mysticism, no, it's that's bugging me. I've got my priorities straight, I swears. Let's combine the two, and it probably immediately get jumped. Oh boy. My client is Paul Dubois, a genetic scientist working on a top-secret project for GRS. Uncovered information that proves that the project at GRS is being funded by the Crusade for Genetic Purity. Paul believes that a secret cult is at work in GRS, conducting bizarre experiments that could give them a new and unstoppable destructive force. He is unable or unwilling to give me specific details. Why would a genetic research center be developing a weapon? Paul gave me a list of employees that have left the corporation recently. Went through the list, was able to locate only one person, Elena Moore, who I found via a credit card trace. She is currently checked into the roadside motel. She says her life is in danger, but she can't tell me why. That was the 19th. Something happened at GRS that's important enough to kill for. What is it? 23rd. With the information from Paul and Elena, I contacted Capricorn to find out they already have an agent, Eva Shanzi, working undercover at GRS. Made the delivery from Capricorn to Eva Shanzi. God help us if her cover gets blown. Paul contacted me and said he had enough information on the cult to blow it open. He said he had details on the project, the cult, and its objectives. Music stopped. Also how the Moonchild figures in. We agreed on a meeting place where Paul would give me the details. He never showed up. Both Paul and Eva Shanzi have vanished without a trace. I tried to follow their trail, but I've been constantly blocked by a dangerous character known as the Chameleon. My official contacts at Interpol have told me that he's a master of disguise. My unofficial contacts tell me he's a Native American, a shaman. It's rumored that he possesses the ancient power of shape-shifting, the ability to appear in different forms. If this is true, he could be anyone. Not sure who I can trust now. The Chameleon's working for the cult. Must be headed by someone very powerful. GRS has been disbanded. Is the project finished? Am I too late? Their eyes in the shadows, following my every move. The voice in my head is telling me to hurry before someone stops me. For now I've lost my contact at Capricorn. I haven't found any answers. Need to find a way into GRS. Okay. That's a lot of good and new info. Let's maybe save. Can't do exclamation marks.
The mail slot looks well.
There's the roadside motel. Hey. I guess she's still there? There we go.
I couldn't believe it when the name Elena Moore appeared in the Colonel's decoded files. I used to date her sister a few years back. Elena was an annoying 12-year-old who had a knack for entering rooms at the wrong time. It's obvious she still recognizes me when she opens the motel room door. So you're little Allie Moore, huh? Last time I saw you, you were quite a pest. And you'd just gotten your braces put on, right?
Yeah, but that was quite a while ago, Tex, and I've grown up. You know, I used to have quite a crush on you.
Yeah, I remember. Speaking of crushed, how's your sister? I haven't seen her since our nasty little breakup.
She got married a few years ago. In fact, it was Debbie's husband who helped me get hired at GRS. It's been just over a year. Since then, I've worked as Marcus Tucker's personal secretary. He's the director of GRS.
So what does GRS do specifically?
They do genetic research, gene mutations, genetic viruses, that sort of thing. It was very professional, high tech. GRS hired only the best young scientists. But from the beginning, everything seemed really mysterious and secretive.
Is that why you quit?
I didn't leave until I started receiving the threatening notes. At first I didn't take them seriously, but they kept coming. I decided to get away and use my vacation time. But when I got back, someone had gone through my apartment. That's when I checked into this motel.
How did the Colonel find you?
I don't know. He just appeared here one day. It took him a while to convince me that I could trust him. But now, for all I know, he's dead. I'm scared, Tex. Really scared.
Look, I'll do what I can to help you, but I need to know everything. Why do you think someone at GRS wants you out of the way?
I'm not sure. Since I was Mr. Tucker's assistant for a couple years, I had access to most of his files. Maybe someone thinks I saw something I shouldn't have.
Well, since you don't work at GRS anymore, why do you think your life's in danger?
The last day I came to work, I got a note that said my life was in immediate danger. When I saw that someone had broken into my apartment, I knew that I wouldn't be safe anywhere.
Sounds like my next move ought to be to GRS. Can you help me get in?
Yes, I still have a pass key to the main doors. You can take it, but please be careful. GRS has a 24-hour security watch. With the colonel in the hospital, I have no one to turn to. I don't know if I should, but I'm going to trust you.
I tell Elena to sit tight and wait for me till I get back. I also warn her to keep the door locked and not open it for anyone except me. Elena obviously doesn't know anything more than what she's told me. She's given me the break I need, though, a passkey to GRS. Like the colonel, I have a feeling that GRS will provide a few answers.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and peek out GRS, I suppose.
The GRS office complex is located in the heart of New San Francisco. Elena's passkey gets me into the lobby, which is empty. A directory shows Marcus Tucker's office on the 4th subterranean level. I take the elevator down. Before the doors open, I hear a warning.
Attention! Lethal security probe on premises.
That doesn't occur. I have a Shenzi.
The supervisor's office seems like a super place to look for information.
What's in here? There's the name and what?
No way into this high security area. The switch to the door is that red button on the table. But what's that I see sitting next to it? That's a roast beef sandwich.
Ah, yes. The roast beef sandwiches indeed. Probably the murder weapon. And there it is. I thought I saw this say something, but here's a safe. Here's Eva's desk.
Unless some prankster swapped nameplates, this was Ava Shanzi's desk.
Seemed like this was saying something sassy every other message, and I didn't quite catch what it's trying to say.
This computer has a mini disk drive.
Computer passcard required to access this computer.
What a slow computer. What's this?
I have no idea what these things do, and I'm not sure I want to know. These computer panels probably do something, but I have no idea what it is.
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Uh-oh. That sounds bad. What is that eye, by the way? I'm gonna guess it's something that kills us. I'm just out of curiosity. Francis Tucker. Conference room. Huh. And what's in this room? Research and development. Probe coming from this room? There it is. I assume this
Try to
kills
move
me.
a little faster this time.
Okay.
If you get out of this alive, do me a favor and start getting some regular exercise. And it wouldn't hurt to lay off the smokes and booze for a while either.
Suppose there was no actual death scene there. Anyway. Seems like this is something that I'm gonna have to look up a little bit ahead of time, the directions and how to do this properly. Otherwise I'm just gonna be banging my head against the security system as it instantly kills me over and over. But I was kind of curious what that eye did, and yeah, it's just instantly over to the death screen with James Earl Jones chastising us.